Have you ever felt like you were being drawn to someone, into problems from others that isn't necessary, or the too much stress from the things going on around you? Have you ever felt lost at times and been sucked into things they didn't want to be in, bad situations or relationships that you didn't know how to get out of? The world around us is getting more and more tricky, and sometimes we can find ourselves stuck in the problems that life presents. Sometimes we feel like we're lost ships in the huge ocean of life, caught during the chaos of uncontrollable times. When this feeling of helplessness, it makes us think about whether there is a way to get away from and find peace. Not needed heavy loads. We know it's an important part of life, so we're giving you take a trip into the world of being quiet philosophy, an old school of thought for a very long time, and always brings peace and a deep knowledge of life. Watch this video and follow the 7 steps to cut off other people and conditions that will let you practice and make your life more important with Stoic philosophy. From getting started to staying how far away it is, to temporarily stop use of social media. Every step will help you build a strong base to get away from useless stresses and find freedom again inside peace. Promise to stick with us until the end of this trip and learn how you can make a happy and freer step 1 in life. Think about the step 1. Think about why it makes sense to distance yourself. Reasons for stepping back yourself is sometimes the smartest thing to do is not to leave a space, but to get clarity by imagine yourself in a position where are on a busy road during rush hour. The loud horns of cars are annoying everyone around, and everyone is. You are trying to do all of this quickly, to hear the traffic report on the radio that seems pretty hard. Doesn't that sound like how we feel when we are too close to a busy and noisy outside world, sometimes when we're under a lot of stress or putting stress in these kinds of events? Getting away from each other can help bring calmness and think again. Everything. The well-known Stoic philosophy, Seneca, with his deep knowledge, once said that how you feel about yourself is a lot more important than what other people believe. That you are causing division is not only about space, but also about making minds distance. It gives us a chance to put the picture in a frame and look at see the same thing from a different, the goal point of view. When we keep a distance, we have easy power over the feelings that what's going on is making things. Sometimes when we become too very much into a relationship or come across a tough, when this happens, our feelings can become out of control. Stepping out of that, even if it's only for a short time, is the most peaceful way to make a time and space between us, and this helps us make a situation peaceful place in our minds that helps our thoughts more clear to practice making. If you feel separated in life, don't think that it always means to give up or stay away from fully. Instead, see it as a chance to look at what's going on. Read more. You can think about it objectively. Creating space is good for both of you. This helps you and everyone else learn more about what you can fix and what you. In Stoic thought, you can't make anything. To separate is the next important step. To calm my feelings and bring peace to the soul. It's a break from the cause, person or thing. It helps you see everything more clearly and get back in charge of yours. Feelings, use this to their advantage, chance to bring about peace and order into your daily life. The second step in life is to move away from that. Step 2. Take a break from that person. A person for a while. We stay away from the things or people that are making you stressed. We make a special place for a moment of self-relaxation and deep thought. Now is a very important time for Stoic philosophy tells us to take a moment to breathe deeply and start over with thoughts at these times. We take back control and calmness, which means we can get ready for anything with more energy and being clear-headed. Why do we need to take a break for a while? It's because When we're stressed, we often get caught up in feelings and quick responses, not having time to think. Making sense of this. When you follow this, you are setting aside your own time as a moment for take a deep breath and look at everything from you can get back the space during this time, in charge of yourself, and stop your feelings from making it too hard for you to understand this. Let me tell you John's story. An office worker under a lot of stress and a difficult place of work, where he successfully used step 2 on his. John ran into trouble at work one day, thing with his co-worker, and the conversation turned tense. Instead of he kept taking part in the fight, got up from his desk and said, "I need give yourself some time to think about this. Wait for a while and then talk." In this way, John made both physical and giving him mental space, helped him and his colleagues stay away from. Right now, how you feel after being away from the inner dispute. They came up with a smart way to take care of the situation after having settled down from the tough. Okay, so what about, do you remember the last time you felt tense? Trouble with a co-worker like John? Tell us about your story in the comments. You took care of the we can't wait to hear your answer. Stories. John's story is a good one, of how Stoic ideas show us that we can fully control our feelings, and one way to clear your mind is to take a break. To do that, the talented Stoic Epicus, a scholar, thought about this. Through the phrase, we are not disturbed, the things that happen to us, but by our ideas about what will happen to. Because of this, when you leave you are in a difficult situation, chance to unwind and think about from a more objective point of view. Look at things and decide what you want to approach it, but don't get the wrong idea. This doesn't mean you're avoiding me. The problem instead, you're making a space to act and make smarter choices from a. Keep in mind that this is a key base for you to follow the Stoic way of life in your everyday life. Get a better handle on things, and don't let your feelings take over. Your setting limits is the third step in life. Step 3. Set limits for how you feel. For your picture being the captain of the ship. Of a ship on its rough journey of every day, we deal with a wide range of feelings. Through happiness to anger, to stress to joy, and other feelings like these are normal parts of us people. But how we deal with and handle things with them can make a big difference in our. It's not enough to just keep lives, stay calm, but it's also a big step toward getting real control in life. Before we start the journey of setting an emotional, take a moment to think about the limits. What's been going through your mind and soul? Feelings and moods come and go like waves in the huge ocean, can change and grow over time, but before we can get through them, need to figure them out. It's clear that this includes not only figuring out if you're happy or sad, but it also makes you dig more deeply by asking questions about where they came from and what they mean. When asking about feelings, you might start with, of these feelings it makes sense. Do they help you grow and grow, or are they only harmful? Tidal waves. Calm faith always points out that limits on negative feel things like anger, sadness, or worry. We learn not to let these emotions overflow too much, turning them into a fire of freak out instead of being swept away by bad feelings. We focus on good ones, going through thanks, patience, and they help people keep their self-respect. Hope and inner strength. Dream yourself in traffic that's really bad. You're mad because your car is stuck. Even I was anxious at the time. Stoic. There is a big question in thought. Does your anger make things better? This will help you understand that anger makes things more stressful and doesn't fix the problem. Instead, you choose to pay attention to staying patient, and thank you for being safe and having the time to chill out or even think. Definitely, this shows how strong philosophy can help you handle bad things. Be logical and not react based on your feelings. To finally use feelings in daily life. There are limits to life that we can use. the methods of control that Stoic the theory has given, like keeping a journal to write down and understand how we feel better, meditation to find peace of mind, and imagination to make room for good news. We believe that these methods not only help us identify and manage your feelings, but also get good at them so we can move forward. Keep going the hard way, and you'll find peace. Every day, life step number 4. Think about it. Step 4. Carefully think about the effects of stepping away. Effects of pulling away. David, a young guy who looks a lot like many others, are facing big problems, stress from his job after some thought. He thinks about the possible effects of cutting himself off from about the work stress. He knows that the link can be being able to accept yourself and paying attention to his basic needs. David makes the important choice that getting away from the outside world. Stress is a way for him to take it easy. He had more power over his life, but at step 1 is what you should do. Break up through David's story. You will make room for new things, knowledge of why David might be able to take care of his situation so kindly. So let's move on to step 4. In this journey, just like you and David can easily get out of the situation you're facing, people we often meet, and in times when we feel the need to separate, how have we really been careful? Thought about the changes that separating ourselves can make our lives better in the what happened because of detachment are not only about where we go and chance to find out about, it's a time when we question ourselves, how close people are to each other, feelings of other people, and how life can make. Marcus Aurelius, one of the well-known Stoic thinkers from the past, had deep ideas about detachment in his meditations for work, telling people to think about the past with its empires that rose and fell and changed. His words can tell you what will happen in the future rang true, stressing that by looking. When we look at the past, we can see the meaning of putting yourself apart from. This will help us guess what will happen, our futures, and make smart choices about getting control and balance in our lives. The idea of being apart is not just a matter of getting up and moving far away. It's a deep look into the depths of the mind, a chance to be difficult too. What kinds of questions does this choice raise? Trade-offs, and are we ready to face them? The changes that finally makes us think about the effects of social withdrawal, the feelings of other people, and the changes in all of these are important parts of life. This process is more than just a break, but a chance to think about what really things we can accept and re-evaluate our imposed by self-limitations, and pay attention to very important needs by giving them a lot of thought. Have the chance to choose if keeping oneself apart is the right thing to do. Separation choice in a Stoic setting is a smart thing to do, a carefully thought-out choice that not only studies not only the self, but also the web of connections that we all have exist. Step 5. Talk to 5th step. Talk to someone you can trust. During the journey, someone you can count on living. Have you ever felt like your boat was drifting in the rough sea of life during those times when you often find yourself being swept away by the waves of anger, and those times when you need a bright light? That there is a guide star in our lives. It's the people you know you can count on. A leaf lying down peacefully in the wind when we let them into our lives. We make a quiet spot in the middle of the feeling of storms. The Stoic theory not only respects the inner strength of people, but also cares about how strong links talking with someone you trust. Friend is a way to let off steam and say what you're thinking and worrying about. If you trust this friend, it can be a close friend or family member. You can always count on through talk that you not only share, but also pay attention. This is your chance to tell us about the problems you're having and get good help from someone outside point of view. A friend you trust can help you. Think about your choices again and check to see if separate or keeping in touch with other people makes sense. Seneca, with a deep understanding of people nature, said that a trusted friend was like a mirror. A friend you trust can turn into a bright mirror that reflects parts of ourselves that we might not see if they can bring out the sharpness of the soul and help us look at life more deeply, setting the stage for mental growth. And Sarah's story is a clear example of that. Shows this important lesson she's having to choose between two important options. Jobs she loves, while she was still torn between. Sarah made the choice to turn to her. Alex as a close friend for tips. Sarah and Alex were given conversation. Sarah told us what she thought and doubts about the two choices and the tough situation she was in facing. Alex heard and then gave an outside from Alex's point of view, the choice for Sarah, but he backed her up. When thinking about the strengths and weaknesses of each, this conversation was helpful for Sarah. Calm down and carefully weigh her final choice about her. The future is what you need to remember is to pick a friend you can trust. Make sure they are really who they say they are. You can believe they will honor your privacy information at the same time. Pick the right place and time for discussion so that the talk goes on. Place that is quiet and comfortable space. Finally, talks to someone they trust. Friend isn't just an important part of being quiet theory, but also a valuable chance to connect with other people. And tell us about when you feel this way. Now is the time to talk to someone you trust and ask for help. Friend, this talk does more than just help you. Not only ease stress, but also so that you can better understand your present. In this case, it's a source of value. Holy Spirit prays, giving you the help you need in tough times. Through Step 6. Pay close attention. Step 6. Pay close attention to your basic wants. Focus on your main needs in Step 6 and turn your attention there. From the outside world to the inside. This is what Stoics believe in. Theory. When we have the chance, self-manage our minds, we should look into our own morals and dreams and figure out what's most important to us. Think of your life as a picture on that wall every day. The color and shape of a part of your life, and you're the artist. We are in charge of the brush in this life. Often deal with problems and events we have no power over, or Stoic philosophy teaches us that things change, that even though we can't manage everything, we are completely in charge of what we do, and how we build our daily life, like an artist painting a picture. You can pick and choose which information to put bright paint on, which parts to make things different. You choose to paint your own painting, their hopes and values. Those are the most important strokes that help you meet your own basic wants, is a key part of Stoic. This helps us build strong ideas, take charge of your life, and build a strong soul in the face of the worlds. When we pay attention to the core things in life, that we can better manage how we feel and respond to outside. Because of this, we not only getting better when things go wrong and challenges, but also keep up emotional peace and security everywhere. True happiness doesn't depend on the changes or the way the world around us. Instead, it's in knowing and meeting our basic needs the most as possible. If you remember what really is important, we can make a picture of your happy life, that you can be happy with a picture that stands for in charge, self-management, and pay attention to the basics needs on this trip. You're a wonderful artist, and your work will become more beautiful and important every Step 7 of the day. Give yourself a Step 7. Take a break from social media. Time off from social media. In the last step, we reach something that has a big effect on our lives. Public. In the modern world we live in now, media get caught up in the social whirlwind media, where news, pictures, and a lot of feelings come at because of this. Taking a break from social media use is a big step forward in taking control of our thoughts and making peace in our Stoic thought, goes back to the 1,000 years before the computer age and gives timeless tips on how to handle the having problems in someone. Once said that life is long if you know how to use it, he said. Reflects the Stoic way of thinking's the idea that happiness comes from understanding and making the most of every moment of life. Instead of just being life messed up and affected by many things, we are told to do something and to really add value and add to personal progress. Taking a break from social media may seem difficult, but when you successfully apply it, as Linda's story illustrates, you make a special time to show self-respect. Linda is a famous woman known for creating content on social media every morning. She used to spend time scrolling through social media and reading comments from her audience. However, after realizing that the negativity of social media was making her feel down, she decided to temporarily stop using social media. She changed her morning routine by opening her bedroom window and enjoying the fresh morning air. This decision helped Linda feel the tranquility in her private space. She enjoyed the early morning time to focus on herself and contemplate her personal goals. Temporarily quitting social media allowed her to focus on her life, in line with the spirit of Stoic philosophy. Practicing a break from social media also brings an important benefit, which is cleaning our online space. Instead of being disturbed by negative information and disruptive headlines, we have the opportunity to clean our online environment. This helps us create a more positive and refined environment where we can enjoy valuable information and constructive interactions, similar to closing the door to prevent noise and chaos from outside. We will no longer be pressured to compare ourselves to others' lives. Instead, we focus on our own lives. This helps us maintain an optimistic spirit and concentrate on more important matters. Taking a break from social media is not about cutting off completely, but a way for us to regain control and focus on more important aspects of life. You can dedicate time to work hobbies and personal goals that you are pursuing. This not only helps you achieve balance in life, but also reflects the Stoic philosophy of self-control and focusing on what can be controlled in our challenging and turbulent lives. We have completed the journey of conclusion. Exploring the 7 steps to detach from people and circumstances. Remember that life is an endless journey, and Stoic philosophy has equipped us with the necessary tools to face it. Start your journey by applying the 7 steps to detach from situations and people who may not always be by your side. This is the time to set goals and direct your life in an independent and spiritual way. We cannot change the world around us, but we always have the right to control how we react and act. Be the leader of your own life. Leave behind what is unnecessary and step into the future with courage and patience. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it with others so they can also have the opportunity to enjoy spiritual independence. Don't forget to comment below to share your thoughts on our video. Which step impressed you the most? Did you add any steps to the 7 steps we proposed? Or is there a story that impressed you the most? If you want to continue receiving information and useful videos about Stoic philosophy, please subscribe to the channel and press the notification bell so you don't miss any important videos together. We will build a stronger motivational community through Stoic philosophy than ever before.